So, members of the Board of Supervisors, members of the City Council, good evening. I'm Shelle Dozier. I'm the Executive Director of the Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Agency. I'm here tonight to provide you with information about the agency, how we're structured, and how that structure provides the flexibility for us to work on your behalf to serve the residents and the communities of Sacramento. So, this is a chart that really shows the unique governing structure. We are a joint powers authority that allows us to work very efficiently and effectively on your behalf to administer federal programs and activities in your respective jurisdictions. Acting as the governing boards for the Board of Supervisors and the City County, or as the governing boards for the Housing Authority, County of Sacramento, or City of Sacramento, you approve the policies that we implement in all of our projects. However, prior to coming before your governing boards, our work is reviewed by an 11-member advisory commission, some of which are here today, and they are the Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Commission, which are appointed by you. The commission consists of 6 members appointed by the city, by the county, and 5 members appointed by the city. Of the 11 members, 2 are resident commissioners. The commission provides in-depth reviews of the majority of agency actions and provides input to staff. Once complete, the commission makes formal recommendations to you. For example, prior to our annual budget coming before you for approval, the commission hears detailed presentations from all of our major departments over the course of 3 or 5 meetings. So they really spend a lot of time going through in a lot of detail and giving input to staff before they come to you. So, moving on, in terms of the agency, not only does SHRA provide expertise to the city and county, but also we deliver contractual services to other jurisdictions for federal and local program administration more efficiently than they could do on their own. Smaller cities and other jurisdictions have looked to SHRA for assistance because the administrative funds they receive for program administration would not cover the costs it would take for each jurisdiction to run those programs independently. We have the nationally recognized expertise and capacity to dedicate resources to service delivery, which creates greater cost efficiency. For example, we administer the CDBG program, or Community Development Block Grant Program, for Folsom, Ileton, and Galt. And more recently, we're collaborating with them on their Emergency Solutions Grant. So this particular chart shows an example of how we work through all of these different cities and jurisdictions throughout the city and the county, and some outside of our jurisdiction as well. So the city and county collaboration. Because of our structure, we're highly competitive and very successful when we apply for funding awards from the state and federal government. Often, SHRA is sought out to provide input on housing policy and funding allocations from the state because we are considered a best practice and represent both jurisdictions. These opportunities can provide a greater benefit for both the city and the county when applications are submitted on a collaborative effort. HUD also values the cooperation and collaboration that goes on between the city and county. And our other partners, such as when we actually applied for our Choice Neighborhoods initiative. During the site visit, when they came to Sacramento, they were so impressed that they saw all of the electeds from the city, all of the electeds from the county, all lining up jointly to get behind one initiative. And they commented that they don't see that. They don't see that in other places across the country. So that was very successful, and we were actually awarded the $30 million award.
Could you please turn off your phone?
Yeah, please silence your phones, please.
So in terms of our strategic partners and our network, housing alone, we realize, can't lift people up to become self-reliant, nor can housing alone help communities thrive. We have to work through partnerships across jurisdictions. We're able to expand our impact, and that is really our primary platform is housing, but we know that we have to actually really work with all of those different partners. For example, the federal designation as a promise zone elevated the agency to a whole new level with formalized partnerships and signed MOUs with more than 50 public and nonprofit organizations and entities. In some grants, we're the lead applicant for successful grants and awards, and others, we help facilitate other partners in their applications for federal funding. Some examples of our partnerships are working with Twin Rivers and Sacramento City Unified School District, working with SMUD, Kaiser, Sacramento State University. Since receiving this designation in 2015, we've been able to leverage over $51 million in grants to our partners and the agency. So this is a little bit of the history of the agency and how we're structured. As you can see, we've been around for a long time, 70 years. The Housing Authority was formed back in 1940, and we've been serving as the Housing Authority. Then around the 70s, that's when redevelopment came into play, and we were also designated as the Redevelopment Agency and also the administrator of federal programs for community development and activities for both the city and the county. In 2012, with the elimination of redevelopment, both the city and county reaffirmed SHRA as the housing successor agency, assuming all housing functions and assets of the former redevelopment agencies. They also approved the plan that we brought forward to immediately restructure SHRA. The restructuring of our organization retained our core strength, which is providing affordable housing opportunities. The loss of our local funding source hasn't kept us from leveraging our capacity to receive other funds to do our work. While redevelopment was also a very visible part of our work that we have been doing, the Housing Authority is and always has been the core entity to provide the housing needs of our Sacramento residents. It has been and continues to represent the majority of our staff. We employ site managers, leasing agents, maintenance workers, resident trainees, and contract with a plethora of outside businesses to support and maintain our housing stock, which spans from Walnut Grove to Orangevale. The value of the Housing Authority cannot be understated. Sacramento is the 5th largest housing authority in California and is ranked in terms of size among the top 20 in the nation out of 3,400 housing authorities. We are also one of the largest rental housing landlords in Sacramento County, and we manage over 2,700 units. So in terms of what we do, we are an award-winning agency, and we've repeatedly received national recognition for administrative and operations performance. This speaks to the high caliber of our staff. We are experts in our field, as evidenced by the awards that we received in our performance. HUD, our colleagues in the industry, all acknowledge that we are a best practice. But we understand that we have to be a model of continuous improvement and always strive for excellence. We are always a work in progress. We know that we have to continue to improve our processes and address areas that impact our service delivery. We know that technology is one of the areas we really have to make some more gains in so that we can serve the people that we are currently our residents and also those who are on our wait list. In closing, we at the agency have been and will continue to work hard at finding new and innovative solutions to solve the complex challenges of homelessness and low-income housing in Sacramento. We work every day with the homeless and those seeking affordable housing. It is a very troubling situation, and our team at SHRA brings compassion and empathy to those who need our help.